Hello and welcome to Music and Tulips. I'm Julian Armour. Today's performance is a tribute to those Inuit communities that served in the Second World War effort. From 1939 through most of 1945, the entire country of Canada rallied together to support the war effort. Aside from military service, the Inuit were asked by the Canadian government to gather bones from walrus, seals, and dog carcasses for the use in the production of cordite, a key ingredient in explosives. The Inuit performed a role in the war effort that was not commonly recognized, but that demonstrated that all Canadians were invested together in the events of the times. We are pleased to present a performance by Heidi Langille and Lynda Brown that presents a sample of the unique Inuit tradition of throat singing. Traditionally, Inuit throat singing was a form of competition entertainment with contests to see which performer could outlast all of the others. Musical tones are made both while inhaling and exhaling. Today's performance is a more contemporary presentation of the traditional art form. Ladies and gentlemen, a very unique presentation by Heidi Langille and Lynda Brown.
Hi, my name is Lynda Brown and this is Heidi Langille and we're from Siqiniup or Sunsdrum and we're here to perform some Inuit traditional throat singing. We're going to start off with a throat song and then we'll explain what we're doing. So this is a very basic sound called humma.
Alright, so what we're doing is actually a game. It's a competition. There's a leader and a follower, and the leader is setting the rhythm, the pace, and the sound. So in that case, we started off by going hum, but we're going at different times, so what you hear is very different than what we're actually doing. And the whole point of the game is to make the other person laugh. So Lynda was the leader in that one, and she was throwing in new sounds. For instance, hum, 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 hum. And I had to follow directly after her, repeating the same sound. And then we speed up, slow down, throw in new sounds, and try to trip the other person up. Normally, when we do this, we're standing right next to each other, holding on to each other's arms. So doing it from this distance is a little different for us, but it's tons of fun, and we're happy to share with you. The next song that we're going to do for you is a lullaby, and it's called The Love Song. I lost that one too.
Pretty close.
So
though.
we have three different types of throat songs. We have competition songs, lullabies, and then imitation songs. So the next one we're going to do for you is an imitation of a saw. Often people wonder why we need saws in the north with no trees, but a saw was often used to cut antler or to cut the ice or to cut snow. So this is our imitation of a saw.
And so, a fun note, this is actually the very first throat song I learned. I couldn't learn the basic sound humma that we did at the beginning, but I could learn this one. And this is the only one where Heidi is the leader and I follow. So this is a little different for us. So, the saw.
I'm gonna be back. 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 I'm gonna be back
Really, throat singing isn't so much in your throat, it's in your diaphragm. So having good breath control really helps with your ability to maintain, speed up, slow down, throw those new sounds in. So yeah, it's definitely could be hard on the throat.
So to demonstrate a throat song that is difficult with breathing, this one is called The Polar Bear and the Wolf. And when Lynda and I first learned this one, we only knew one part of the song, and we used to call it Hey Baby, because the main sound is but thankfully we learned the second sound, which enables us to breathe a little bit more easily, and that part goes and so this is our interpretation of when a polar bear and a wolf meets up. I messed up on that one.
I won that one too. That one definitely takes a lot of breath. So what we typically like to do in our shows is actually teach you a little bit of throat singing so you have an appreciation of the skill it takes to do this, not necessarily to teach you so you can go and learn how to throat sing and perform on your own, but to actually appreciate what it takes to make these kind of sounds. So we can typically, Heidi has this challenge that she can teach it to people in less than a minute. So I'm going to turn it over to Heidi.
I want everybody sitting in your home, sitting by your computer, sitting by your television, in the kitchen, wherever you are, I want you to say humma, humma, humma. Like Lynda.
Humma, humma, humma.
Excellent. Now I want you to say humma, 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 but this time
Use your monster voice. Hum, 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 hum.
now, when social distancing is over and you go out into the out and you're walking down the street, but you're not quite sure about all the people around you just yet, practice throat singing and you'll have lots of room, I promise. So practice the
Hum, hum.
as much as you can. And now the trick is working with a partner. When Lynda is singing, I'm singing
Ma.
So we're not singing at the same time, we're singing against each other. And it should sound like this.
Hum, 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 hum.
Fantastic. Lynda and I are so happy to be here. My family, my dad is Inuit from Labrador, and my mom is Dutch from Den Haag. And so the Tulip Festival, being part of the Tulip Festival, is absolutely amazing for me. I was telling somebody earlier, I used to go to Dutch school here in Ottawa on Saturday mornings and learn my Dutch words. And I was also fortunate enough to travel to the Netherlands with my family when I was younger. And I have a picture to show you. So this is part of my family. I don't know which camera to point it at, but this is part of my family wearing traditional Dutch clothes, even the Inuit man from Labrador. And Lynda's family is, well, I'll let Lynda talk about her family.
So my family is originally from Pengertung, Nunavut, and I was born and raised, born up north, but raised mostly in the south, and have lived here in Ottawa, which has a large Inuit community for a long time now. So we're going to do a couple more throat songs before we're finished. This next one is the vowels in Inuktitut. So in our language, we have 45 letters, but we actually only have 3 vowels. And so there's a throat song, which is the 3 vowels, I-U-A. So the next throat song that we're going to do for you is another imitation song. This one is the Seagulls. And I need to cough first, excuse me. It's clearing my throat more than anything. Okay. Seagulls. Hi,
hi, hi, hi, hi, hi,
That one takes a lot of breath.
Yeah. The next song we're going to do for you is called Qilauta, or Poor Little Puppy. It comes from northern Quebec. A lot of regions in northern Canada, throat singing was banned or suppressed for many different reasons, but northern Quebec held on to their throat singing traditions much stronger than other regions. So a lot of the throat songs that we do come from northern Quebec. This one has a story behind it. And it's about a puppy, the runt of the litter, who doesn't normally make it onto the dog sled team. But the little girl wanted the runt of the litter to become, it was her puppy, she wanted her puppy to become the leader of the dog sled team. So she sang this throat song to her puppy every single day. And if you listen carefully while we're doing it, you could hear the puppies on the dog sled team panting. And the end of the story, the dog did become the leader of the dog sled. team. So it has a happy ending. So once again, it's called Qilauta or Poor Little Puppy.
And this is my absolute favorite throat song. Okay, that one really takes a lot of work.
Yeah. We have one more competition song for you. This one is called Akma. It sounds very similar to Hama, but there are some differences. Let's see if you can hear them. I'm not fast enough.
Qilauta, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed us. We're Siqiniup or Sunsdrum. You can find us on Facebook. Have a great day.
And enjoy Tulip Festival.